We are going to explain about the significant characteristic in 20th century and in the 21st century. So the first one is the significant characteristic in 20th century. It includes the dramatic political writers that focus on the oppression and censorship, and the government changes access multifaceted in language and genre, and the last one is the 1987 constitution. So dramatic political scene and socio-political realities was the effect of the Marcos regime because of the martial law, and the writers also focus on the oppression, censorship, government changes, and multifaceted in language and genre because of the negative effect of the martial law to the people and the community. And the last one is this century also was implemented the 1987 constitution, the use of national language which is the Filipino and English that will be used throughout the nation.
The significant and characteristics in the 21st century includes the bilingual education and media and technology. In the bilingual education from the year 1958 up to the present, in spite of accessibility of good linguistic description and of understanding the people most affected by bilingual education, policy determination depends on much more. There are, for examples, economic factors which must be considered in looking at the feasibility of bilingual education. While in media technology, this time emerged the works of essays, debates, poetry inside, while on the outside, the works of novels and plays that helps the literature works on the time of 21st century.
So that's it guys, the significant characteristic of 21st century and the 20th century. So thank you.
So what's up everyone, we are here to introduce you the
20th century,
21st century, the styles and themes.
Okay. First of all, in 20th century, there are two kinds of styles and themes. First of this is the regard for the native culture, customs, and the beauties of nature surrounding. Among this literature style and theme, this is where the preservation and the caring for one's culture and traditional culture remains. Do you know about Marcos regime?
I think I don't know that.
Let me just explain to you. This is where the second style and themes apply. Marcos regime tends to, he shut it down all the media, newspapers, because of course, propaganda movement. However, there are several literatures were moved underground. An example of this is the Kamao, Panindikan ng Protesta, versus an STR. However, even though Marcos shut it down the media, there are several writers who focus on the oppression of the government changes. And that's all for me.
So the 21st century styles and themes. First, their ideas and inspiration are drawn before them. Do you know that Gilda Olividado?
No.
Okay. Let me also tell you. So, he's a popular Filipino novelist and a writer, known for her extraordinary love stories, which make the stories more realistic and more imaginative for the readers. So, and when the readers read it, readers may relate to the stories which she has made. Second is the technology movement. Of course, many of us know in this current world knows about the technology, social media. Through technology, life gets easier to us. It can give us more ease when reading, learning, and many more. Through social media and technology, people nowadays use Wattpad to read stories and doesn't buy books anymore. That connects to our own thought and clear vision to where we want to be ourselves in the future. That's all. Thank you everyone.
I am Jandel Rizare.
And I'm Aaron Mike Chua.
And we are here to explain and show you the notable authors during the 20th century.
In the 21st century,
Here are the 20th century authors. Ponciano Pineda. He is the father of the Commission on Filipino Language. Commission on Filipino Language was formerly named Surian ng Wikang Filipino. Next is Anicento Silvestre. He won the Carlos Palanca Memorial Awards for Poetry in Filipino because of his works. Some of his works are Tatag ng Pananalig, Tanda ng Pag-asa, and Malaya. Bienvenido Ramos. He is a Filipino poet who contributed to Liwayway, Ilang Ilang, and other magazines with these revolutionary poems. Next and lastly, Jose Y. Dalisay Jr. He won 16 Palanca Awards. he used the pen name Butch Dalisay, and he was listed as one of the 100 most accomplished Filipino artists during the 20th century period.
In the 21st century, there are three notable authors. First is Carlo J. Caparas. Carlo J. Caparas is well known for his one famous work, Panday. He is a Filipino comic strip writer or creator. Second is Mars Rabelo, is the creator of Plastic Man, Wonder Woman. Oops, just kidding. It is not Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is a counterpart of character Darna. And the lastly is Bob Ong didn't show her or reveal her true identity on media, and his one famous work is Nakakapagbasa na pala ako. And
Morning guys! So welcome to our vlog. So first we're going to discuss about the 20th and 21st century literary works. Mark will conduct about the 20th century.
In
Mark?
20th century, there is a pattern of literary works, such as protest literature. It's all about the revolution work, and the proletarian literature. It's all about the political work that has been beauty regulated in tranquility.
The third one is prison literatures. It tackles between journalists and the prominent oppositions. The fourth one and the last one is circumvention literature, or also called the underground literatures. It talks about the opposition of the government. So when we say Ferdinand Marcos in 1972, he declares the martial law that prevent newspaper to shut down, and these are the two newspaper, Philippine Free Press and the Philippine Blockade. Thank you. As we go along, we're going to discuss about the 21st century. So for me, 21st century is a certain era which means includes me and Mark, a millennial, as a millennial. So these are the literatures of the 21st century. The first one is
Poetry.
which
The second one is fiction works, and the third one is thesis. The fourth one is game,
and
the last
comics. So what are the difference between them? Poetry talks about the works of a certain author that includes the main themes of a literature. The second one is fiction, which is imagination or ideas of an author. The third one is thesis, which is our favorite subjects. And the fourth one is games and comics, which talks about the illusionary or fictional characters or imagination as you conclude as a literature or part of our 21st literature. That's all. Thank you.